Right, so our crankshaft's out. Now we're going to check this for our bow, the same as we did our camshaft. So we've set our dial indicator up on the centre main bearing. So it has 5 main bearings, this being the centre. So we're going to zero our dial indicator. Excuse me. And we're just going to rotate the crank slowly and check how much run out's in the crank. Now you only have to go around once. So we're at 0.02, and now we're back to 0. Go just one more time just for good luck. So that crank's pretty good. It had 0.02 of a mil run out, absolutely nothing. So that's our first test done. Next thing we're going to do is measure our 5 main bearing journal diameters. So here's our 50 to 75 mic. I've zeroed it, and you should zero it. So we'll start by doing the ones we can get at nice and easy. Using our ratchet thimble, just do it up till it feels nice. Lock it. Now here's a little trick for you. As long as it's locked, you can go around and do the others. Now if they're all the same, like that is, and that one is, and that one, and then I'll just move our V block for this one. So our 5 main bearing journals have measured up, and they're all the same. So we're going to write that measurement down. Obviously you need to refer to the book to get the exact measurement. Now put the V block back out here. We're now going to check our big end bearings. Now I think they are under 50, so we need to go to our smaller mic. Now I've zeroed all these. Make sure you zero them before you do any measurements. So wind it out, same thing on your ratchet thimble till you can feel it. Lock it. Go to your next one, rotate the crank, beautiful, all the same thing again. We'll write those measurements down. That's the main measuring done on our crankshaft. The other thing we need to look at, just for our own benefit, is this little area in the back here is where our rear main seal runs. We just make sure there's no grooves in it, and also on the front here is where our front crank seal runs. We're checking that for grooves. The other thing we look for is this keyway here to see that it's not flogged out. Now this one's starting to move or cut the keyway out on the end, so it's maybe had a loose crank pulley at some stage. And on Hondas we check this little flat area here, which you can see is shiny there. It's shiny there. Now these 2 slots here drive the oil pump, so we want to make sure that the edges aren't rounded out, otherwise we'll have an oil pump failure. Right, so now we're going to do some bearing clearances. We're going to put our main bearing cradle back on and torque it back up. Now, the reason we torque it up is we want our measurements to simulate what the operating of the they're nice and tight, these ones. we can't do bearing measurements if nothing's torqued down. So whenever you're trying to do measurements with bearings, torque everything down to the manufacturer's specs.